Yes, Iceberg's the name.
So today we back with another DJIceberg.com before the fame and with the talented singer Darius Martin in the building.
I appreciate you, DJ Iceberg, for having me. It's been a blessing, man. Let's get into it.
Man, how your day going so far?
Pretty good. Just left the studio session like 6 o'clock this morning. Got a couple hours of sleep, and right back into it with you. So always on go.
Hey man, can't knock the hustle.
Facts.
So I want to start from the beginning. How you get from El Paso, Texas to New Mexico to LA?
So I was born in El Paso, Texas. I was raised in New Mexico with my mom and my dad out there, my sister. And then when I was about uh 14, I think I was a sophomore in high school, we ended up moving to California. I went to a couple different high schools until I ended up moving out to Ohio, which is where I went to college out there, made my first beat. Then I came back to California because I realized that just the college out there just wasn't it for me, and I want to do something else with my life. And yeah, I've been here ever since.
So how was it a hard transition going from one city to another city?
Oh yeah. And in my hometown, we only had like 30,000 people. And then coming out to California, I mean, you guys have stadiums that fit more people than that. So it was definitely a culture shock for me to just, and the diversity too. Really more diverse in California than New Mexico was.
So what sports you end up playing?
So when I was younger, I did baseball, football, I ran track, I played golf in high school, basketball, um, and soccer. Yeah.
Oh, you was an all-around athlete.
Yeah, I played everything but hockey and lacrosse and swim pretty much.
What got you out of sports?
When I was in, so when I was a sophomore in high school, I moved to California and I just felt like I wanted to focus on one sport instead of doing all these different sports. So I ended up just playing basketball since I was a sophomore. Sophomore, junior, and senior year, I played basketball. And then I tried out for the team when I was in Ohio, and I didn't make the team at the college there, but I had an academic scholarship to be out there. So when I came back from Ohio, I made my first beat out there. I came back from Ohio. Everything just, for me was just like I loved basketball, I loved playing sports and stuff, but music, it just kept pulling me back in, man. So that was really my passion more than anything.
So what was the age that got you to start dabbling into music?
My dad got a DJ board one Christmas, and I was like 10 at the time. And then my grandpa, the next year, bought me a guitar. I was playing the guitar for a little bit, never really took it seriously until a couple of years ago. I made my first beat when I was in Ohio, like I said. And then from there, I started playing the piano again. In the past couple of weeks, actually, I have some songs I'm going to drop pretty soon, but I actually started playing the guitar on. So the guitar, the piano, I actually play a little bit of the recorder and the flute. And yeah, man, just coming back to California. My boy who is in Ohio, his name is Antoine. He showed me how to make beats on GarageBand for the first time. And then when I came to California, I was like, yo, Logic is basically like the same thing as GarageBand. So I just a more advanced version of it. So I just started going from there, and just the rest is history. Just started making music since then.
So most of your production of your songs, do you have like a part in it with the national instruments?
Yeah, most of them, I try to make sure that, like, if you do hear guitars in my songs, most times I actually have a musician pull up, a guitar player pull up, and he'll do the chords and he'll do the riffs for me and stuff like that. And then if you ever hear a saxophone, my boy Llama, who's a DJ also and a producer, he usually does all the saxophones for all of our tracks that we do in the studio. And then, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, I just started dabbling with the guitar myself.
So what was the lifestyle when what made you want to go to LA Film Institute?
I was in a junior college. I had no idea what I was doing with my life. I was making beats, like I said, because I came back from Ohio. And I was working at a dealership. I went through a couple of jobs, actually. I was selling solar panels too. And it just didn't feel like I was living in my purpose. And then when I was on Instagram one day and I saw the recording school had popped up on my feed, I was just going through, and I was like, dang, that'd be kind of dope. So I ended up signing up that day. The next week, I ended up having like an interview with them. And then a month after that, they were like, yo, let's get you into the class, let's get you enrolled and everything. I was like, hey, let's get it then. So then I did that. I met some dope people in class, man. I met a bunch of artists, a bunch of producers, filmmakers, all types of stuff. It was really dope, man. To just be in the mix in LA and have all these other creators around you.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So after school, you just like you didn't try to find like occupation dealing with music. You just like I'm just dropping music now.
Yeah, so for a little bit I was just producing before I met my boy JP. I graduated, I got my associates, and I was just producing and kind of freestyling on beats. I wasn't really taking the writing that seriously.
Uh-huh.
And then I met my boy JP and Ink, and then from there they were like, "Yo, I think you should start singing. I think you have like a nice voice. Let's go from there." And I was like, "I bet." So I started getting into vocal lessons and stage performances and just different stuff like that. I actually just had my first two shows this weekend. It was crazy, man. It was that changed everything for me actually. So like it's cool to be like a recording artist, you get the vibe, you play a song for your friends, they're going crazy for you. But when you get on stage and they're singing it back with you and they're jumping up and down, like it was just a whole experience for me. That changed my whole life.
Oh, dang. So after you dropped your first track last year, this year your first time ever just performing.
First time ever. Actually, the first time I ever sang in front of people besides being in the studio, my boy JP surprised me. He's like, "Yo, we have rehearsal today." I was like, "All right, bet." It's like my first rehearsal ever. It was like 6 months ago. He's like, so we pull up to this Mrs. Robinson, this bar in I think it's in Toluca Lake. We go there and then they're doing karaoke that night. And he's like, "Man, I think you should go up there and do a song." He's like, "This is
Uh-huh.
gonna be your rehearsal for today." I was like,
After you got your degree, you're not going straight to like a job dealing with a degree. You say about your homeboy JP just got you starting writing. And how
"Yeah,
was the process of dropping your first song last year?
yes." That process, we actually before I ever dropped that song, we ended up recording like 6 songs we were gonna drop as an EP.
Uh-huh.
And I dropped 5 out of the 6 songs. I still have one of them that I'm holding on to right now. I have a video for it, everything, but I think I just need to wait for the right time for that one. But that whole process of just creating, I feel like God really took his time with me and took me down this journey of just really building my character first before he started making my career happen and this happened and that happened for me. So the things that I went through, the people that I lost, the people that came into my life really helped me cultivate the man that I am today.
Uh-huh.
And the music that I can make now is so different than the music that I was making a year ago because I have that confidence, that divine source that I feel like I can tap into now because I've been so just connected with the universe more so.
How was that feeling when you dropped your ring?
It was amazing, man. So it was actually my birthday. So September 30th is my birthday. We ended up renting out one of the studios. I think it was Paramount. We ended up renting out one of the studios on Paramount. I had JP pull up, Ink pulls up. My boy Rumor pulled up actually. I have a song with him, Are You Okay? That was like one of the fifth or sixth song I dropped. But that's the first time I ever met him. He pulled up to the studio. He caught the vibe. He listened to the song. He's like, "Yo, I mess with your music." And then a week after that, we ended up getting in the studio. We made that song, Are You Okay? And he was just cool, man. And then I mean, Dribble Too Much. But that night of dropping that ring song, it was eye opening for me, man, because I just had like all my friends, all my family in the studio with me. They're bumping my song. I'm going crazy, getting content. Just it was a life changing experience, for real.
So that catapulted you just to like, okay, I found my finding. Now it's just
Exactly.
time to just go full throttle with it now.
Exactly. Yeah. Because before then, I was like, man, I don't know when I want to drop a song. And then that's the thing for me. Like, if I would have waited on somebody to tell me when to do it, I would have never gotten it done.
Uh-huh.
So I felt like I had to just do it. You just got to start. It was my birthday. I wasn't even supposed to drop that song that soon. I was actually gonna wait another couple months, but I was like, nah, it's gonna be my birthday this month. I'm
Yeah.
tired of waiting on people. I'm tired of waiting on y'all getting my songs. Let's just do it. So then I dropped that one, and then after that, it's just continuous month after month after month after month, just dropping songs. And it's just all you got to do is really start. And once you start, that's the hardest part. You just got to start
Yeah, man.
and go
Just
from
confidence and just like hey, effort. You just gotta
exactly,
start somewhere.
exactly. You're gonna make mistakes, but all you got to do is learn from them. That's it.
So who was some of the artists you was growing up with listening to that helped influence your music?
Chris Brown, Usher, Kanye, Jay-Z, Marvin Gaye, Prince, Michael Jackson, Aretha Franklin. Metallica, Luke Bryan. It's just a lot, man. YouTube, like I got so many different types of genres, different types of artists, different types of vibes. Like my whole playlist, you go through it, it's just all sorts of random stuff. You might come through a Jay-Z song, and then the next time might be a Metallica song, and the next time might be a Prince song. Like you just never know.
So what was the cities you just performed for the first time at?
So on Saturday, I was in Santa Monica at this club called Canary. My boy was having he hosted this stage present night for everybody there. He had me come up there, a couple other DJs, and my girl Ink pulled up, and we just did our sets and had the whole crowd going crazy. I was pouring shots in everybody's mouth on stage, man. It was going wild in there. And then Sunday, I had my actual performance was in Lancaster, and I opened up for Baby Bash in Antelope Valley. Man, that was fun. That was really fun. I'm still waiting on the content to get sent back to me so I can start posting videos and stuff of it, but I had a good time. That was the first time anybody ever had me sign a signature for them on a t-shirt. I was like, man, this is crazy, man. It's wild. They asked me for pictures and stuff. I was like, oh, this is life, man. I love this. I love this for real. It was amazing.
Looking forward to start doing more performances?
Got you. So for me, I'm really looking forward to like my next performances of just the energy that people give back to you. When you're on stage and you jumping up and down and they look at you and you smiling at them, you point at them and they start jumping up and down with you like that. It's not something you can duplicate. Yeah. That kind of energy transfer is so beautiful to me. Like that, there's nothing like making somebody's day for me. Yeah.
So out of all the artists that influence you, which one you like have a dream collab with?
Andre 3000. I forgot the name earlier, but Andre 3000 is probably like my all time. Just that's the man for real.
So listen to a couple of your songs. Is most of them about relationships?
Most of them, yeah. Most of them is about love. Some of them are about just winning, just life, just a human experience, really. But most of them that I have dropped so far are about love. But the ones that I'm coming out with aren't necessarily so much about love.
So that song called Crazy Now, is that something that you've been involved in before?
Definitely. I feel like as we get older and as everybody at some point in your life, if you go through relationships with other people, you are going to experience at some point some kind of gaslighting or some form of narcissistic tendencies that they may have, or maybe some sort of underlying issues that not everybody wants to talk about out loud. So I felt like for me, I wanted to expose a little bit of light on it and talk about my own experiences, not name dropping anybody, but just some shit that I've been through that I feel like everybody else could kind of relate to if they've ever loved somebody before.
So most of all the songs you released, it had something dealing with something you actually went through in life.
Yeah, either it's something I went through or something that I saw one of my friends go through or my family members go through. Like I only like to write about stuff that I've gone through, I've seen happen, or that I want to happen.
Okay, so do you like to write all your songs, or you like to have like collaborations?
I do write a lot of my songs, but I really do like collabing because you just never know what somebody else's idea of a song might be, or their idea of a melody or their lyric might just hit a little harder than a word you use, and like they could just change the whole vibe of the song and just make it a hit. So I really like collabing with people, but sometimes I like to just be on my own and just write my own songs and be in my own flow, my own vibe, and just my own energy. But it is always nice to have collabs with people. So especially in this industry.
What's that? My bad.
No, I said especially in this industry, like you really do need to just work with as many people and be able to work with as many people as you can. Even if you don't necessarily do it all the time, you need to be able to be a team player in this industry for sure.
So what's like the top 5 things you gotta have in the studio?
Water, some tea, definitely gotta have some snacks. I like to record sometimes with my sunglasses on. And I'm trying to think of the last thing. An engineer. Just gotta have an engineer with you. Always.
You don't like a lot of people in the room, or just like keep you like low key when you record?
The most people that I really feel comfortable recording in front of is about maybe 5 or 6 people in the room, including myself. Other than that, like this, it's just too many. There's too many different energies in the room. There's too many different ideas. Too many people trying to tell you what they think about a song or something like that. So I feel like a good song, you only need 3 to 4 people, but the max 6.
Me staying in LA for a couple years before, are you the type of artist that gotta have sage in the room?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, definitely. Or even when I come home, I'll get the sage and I'll do it before I walk through the door, man. Take my shoes off, make sure I'm not bringing none of that energy back with me. It's for real.
Nah, that was one big thing I realized moving to LA. Cause being from Atlanta, went to LA, I'm like, I never seen nobody with sage in their room until I started coming to LA.
Not for real. Like, you gotta have it though. You just them energies out here are different, man. For real.
Um, let's talk about your new single options. What was the concept of it?
So I felt like everybody was expecting the song to be like, yo, it's these couple guys, they got a bunch of girls in the video, they're trying to pick the options between them and this and that. But I just wanted to flip the narrative on them and just kind of mess with their mind a little bit. So when we come up with the idea, it was like, let's do like a almost like a rush hour massage parlor, but let's flip it. Instead of us going in there and picking out what girls we want, the girls go in there and they pick out the guys. And then they take us on a date. And they take us to the movies, and take us to their club. Like it's just like the whole thing. So I felt like it was a dope idea to just kind of flip the narrative, because you really see most times a dude will go to a club, he'll pick the girl up, he'll take her out, he'll take her to the ice cream shop, then he'll buy her a car, and then he'll take her to the crib. And like, to flip it, she took me to the shop, she took me to her house. Like it was just, I felt like it was just like it's just a really dope idea that we came up with. On top of the song just being already what it was, I really love that song. It's one of my favorites.
That's good. No, it's a dope song. I listened to it. Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah, it looked like a club and vibe scene, but it's more about you just paying attention to the lyrics.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, are we expecting like a project this year?
Definitely. I'm actually working on an EP right now. I'm trying to get like 6 to 7 songs. I already have like 4 of them done.
Mhm.
Um, but if I finish that soon enough, then I'm definitely gonna work on a whole album and just go from there. Drop the EP probably before a little closer to September, August maybe, and then get another couple more singles out, and then try to drop an album the beginning of next year, if not sooner, and just go from there.
So on the EP, gonna be all brand new songs, none of the songs you released this year? Because you dropped a couple
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I dropped a couple this year, but they're definitely gonna be all new songs. I might do like a little Drake vibe when he came back and he made a whole EP of all the singles that he ended up dropping before he like really blew like that.
Uh-huh.
I always thought that was a dope idea to just have all the songs that you never put onto an album, you put them onto like one mixtape and go from there.
What's dope? So do we see each other in the future like doing some singing and rapping or just keeping it just straight singing?
Oh, definitely singing and rapping. The song I'm working on right now is I'm playing the guitar and I'm just straight rapping on it. And then I got another song that I worked on yesterday with my one of the artists actually I went to school with at the film school, at the recording school. And she's rapping on it, but I'm singing on it. So we flipped it on that one. And it sounds pretty dope, man. I'm excited for you guys to hear these ones.
That's what's up. Nothing want to hear that. Also, do you have a producer you ever want to work with?
Timberland, I've always wanted to work with Metro. After I heard that album he did with Nav, it just, especially that song Call Me. That song Call Me was just different. Like Metro just the 808s on there, the way he did the production was just crazy. Quincy Jones, obviously, because that's just, godfather of just music for real. But yeah, Metro, Quincy, Timberland. I do like Murder Beats. He got some dope songs out there. Really dope songs.
So it's a city. So what would be like your number one city you can't wait to perform in?
Either El Paso
Uh,
or Arizona, because I used to go there all the time when I was younger. I used to spend my spring breaks in Arizona, in Scottsdale, and Glendale. Those would be my 2 favorite spots to do some shows at, for sure.
so option just came out this past Friday on the 28th of April. What's coming up next for you?
So with my shows, so on Saturday, I did a unreleased track called Bottles that I worked on. That one goes crazy. I'm gonna drop that one probably at the end of this month. And then on Sunday, I dropped a song called Secrets that's unreleased when I did my performance. And I'm gonna drop that one either early this month or next month. So I got 2 more songs that are coming for you guys before I start dropping the EP and working on that whole thing. And we'll just go from there.
That's great to hear, man. Hope for the best for that.
No, thank you, man, for real.
So before we log off, tell the viewers, everybody, your social media, how they can contact you, look you up, check out all your music.
Got you. Well, my name is Darius Martin, Darius Martin Official on all social media platforms. My music is on all platforms, on Tidal, Apple Music, just Darius Martin. I go by my real name. Yeah, check me out. We got some videos, YouTube, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, everything, man. We outside, we're working. I'm on Instagram on the daily, just showing you guys my life, my studio sessions, my rehearsals, my shows. Just tap in with me. We'll get it popping.
That's what's up, man. This is DJ Iceberg on Before the Fame. And thank you very much having this conversation with me, Darius Martin.
No, thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, Iceberg's the name.